President Biden met with foreign leaders yesterday at Camp David as the Hunter investigation heats up. The CIA is now being sued, accused of working with the Biden campaign to produce a now infamous letter signed by 51 intel officials who all insisted that Hunter's laptop was Russian disinformation. Former Director of National Intelligence John Ratcliffe joins us now with more. John, it's so great to have you on today. It's truly disgraceful what those 51 intelligence officers did. I believe they interfered with an election, and now they're being sued. So how do you think this is going to go?
Well, I know how it should go, Rachel. There's no legal basis for the CIA to withhold the documents that are being requested. There's no privilege that attaches, and there's no classified information because there are no classified documents surrounding Hunter Biden and his laptop. As I said when I was the Director of National Intelligence publicly on October 19th of 2020, Hunter Biden's laptop is not Russian disinformation. That was the official position of the intelligence community. And yet, despite that, there was this coordinated campaign to mislead the American people and the American voter right before the election. Many people played a role in that. Democratic, politicians like Adam Schiff and the current Secretary of State and the media that supports them, and the Department of Justice and the FBI. But clearly, the intelligence community, specifically the CIA, played a role in that. These 51 former intelligence officials, not only put out this letter that was deliberately false and intentionally intended to mislead the American voter, but the facts and evidence show now, Rachel, that they had help within the CIA, with actual CIA employees who supported and solicited signatures for a letter that they knew to be false and was contrary to the official position of the intelligence community. So, I think, I'm glad that there's focus on this. There's been so much, talk about a two-tiered system of justice and the role that the Department of Justice and the FBI played here. But there ought to be focus on the intelligence community because both in 2016 and in 2020, you did have attempts to interfere with the election. I declassified John Brennan's notes from 2016 where he briefed President Obama, Vice President Biden, and the entire Obama administration that it was not the Russians, but Hillary Clinton that created the Russia collusion narrative. And then in 2020, of course, you had the Hunter Biden laptop interference.
Yeah, it's just incredible to me to see this happening. I mean, I'm glad that Judicial Watch is suing, but truly they should be. I mean, the power of the purse is in the Congress. And if there's no consequences to the kinds of things, the kinds of illegal and things that are really destroying our democracy happening in our intelligence community, I don't have any trust in them. I know many of our viewers don't anymore. And I think that the only thing they'll listen to is to have their funding taken away, or have, and we have candidates right now, Vivek Ramaswamy, saying, I'm going to, basically defund and eliminate the FBI. That's how angry the American people are. I want to move to a second topic that's also making people angry, because the National Archives, which, by the way, has put trigger warnings on our founding documents, that's how left-wing that organization is now not wanting to hand over documents or unredacted documents that would point to, would help bring more evidence forward about Joe Biden. What should happen there?
Well, so it turns out the big lie is Joe Biden saying that he had no knowledge of Hunter Biden's business dealings anywhere, and particularly in Ukraine and with Burisma. You had testimony a few weeks ago from Devin Archer saying exactly the opposite, and that he was in on 20 phone calls, some of those with Burisma executives. But now, the best evidence that Joe Biden was lying is Joe Biden's own vice presidential records that the National Archives have, where there are, emails where his meetings with in his official capacity as the vice president, the only person copied on that is Hunter Biden, not the president, but Hunter Biden. So it clearly shows that this is documentation that House Republicans should continue to pursue. The problem that I have, Rachel, is that this is the work that U.S. Attorney Weiss and now Special Counsel Weiss should be doing. It shouldn't be House Republicans that are having to do the job of the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate this matter.
Yeah, but if that won't happen, then defund the National Archives. Those documents belong to the American people, and the representatives are asking for them to come forward because we need to find out if our president is compromised. We already kind of know it, but we just need the documents, and they're trying to interfere with an investigation that is of deep importance as we enter yet another election where they're trying to hide what Joe Biden has done in compromising and enriching his family at the expense of the American people. This is just disgusting. But I really appreciate you joining us today. We need to shine a light on this.
You bet. Great to see you, Rachel.
Thank you, John.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.